Hola, hola. Just a heads up, this video is from the past. It's from when I was still pregnant, and I am no longer pregnant. You could probably hear my baby girl here in the room with me, but I wanted to share this video, so I hope you enjoy it. Just wanted to let you know I will be back with present day videos this week. Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be a little bit low-key, as you can tell by my very relaxed pose. I'm just wanting, and it's been a couple of weeks since I've uploaded a video for a lot of reasons, not entirely having to do with pregnancy. I lost my grandpa, and he lived in El Salvador, and trying to do a funeral over Zoom was really sad and just really unfulfilling. So I just took a couple of weeks off from pressuring myself to film anyway. I'm not going to get into like a sob story, pity party kind of situation, but that's kind of been why I've taken a bit of a break. Did not mean to leave you hanging because I know my last video that I uploaded, I was like, hey, if I hit 1,000 subscribers, I will tell you baby girl's name. And I did hold up the end of that bargain on Instagram, but I'm sure not everyone who subscribes here follows me on Instagram, although you should, because then maybe you won't miss out on the big announcements like that. Just thought I would pop on today and just do a very casual, kind of a bump date video, which is not something that I would usually do, but I don't know. I just need to like sit down and chat. In the next coming weeks, I will do like a hospital bag, specifically related to packing a hospital bag during a pandemic. And there's definitely like a nursery Nook tour coming. Dun, 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 dun. Let me reveal her name. Drum roll, please. I don't know how to do this in a not cheesy way. I'm literally sitting in my bedroom by myself. But her name is Luna Elizabeth, and we love it. There's a whole bunch of reasons that we picked the name Luna. We went back and forth. I combed through so many baby name lists, and we kind of like, we thought about this name and that name. We had a lot of names that we kind of couldn't settle on. But basically, Luna just was the only name that clicked for me, and having that like instant reaction to that name, it took Brandon a little bit of convincing, but he came around, mostly because that is how he felt about Isaac's name. It just clicked for him. And so having the fact that it clicked like that for me, for our baby girl, yeah, just made it kind of an easy decision. And it's been really cool to have her name and to share her name with people. Yeah, we love it. We can't wait to meet her. So Luna Elizabeth is her name. Let's just jump into it. As a recap, I am, like I said, I'm 36 weeks along, which means I'm officially in the 9-month mark. So I've like completed my 8 months. We're in the home stretch. Baby girl, like Luna could come any day now. I really hope she doesn't come for another like week and a half at least, but she could. I'm gonna do this pregnancy tag. This is specifically for 3rd trimester. And I'm getting this from Lost Gen Y Girl. It's on her blog, and it looks like she's got a video that goes along with it. So I'll try and find it and link it below, because this is where I'm getting these questions from, in case you also want to do it. Yeah, so let's get started, shall we? Question number 1 is, how many months pregnant are you? I am 36 weeks, which puts me smack at 9 months pregnant. We are in the home stretch. She's moving. But yeah, we're in the home stretch of being pregnant. She could come in 4 weeks, which is when her due date is, and she could come next week. I had a doctor's appointment today, and my doctor checked my cervix and said that I'm 1 centimeter dilated already. So she also said that means really nothing. It means I could go into labor this week, or I could go into labor in 3 weeks. So we'll see. Question number 2, how did your family react to the news? I'm pretty sure they screamed. I mean, I know they screamed with Isaac, but yeah, they were, oh my gosh, that's right. And now I'm like remembering all of a sudden. My family, Brandon's parents and sister, they like instantly got it and they like jumped up from their seats, just in complete, like, they just exclaimed, like they were so thrilled. My family, I told my sister, one of my sister that's closest in age to me, I told my sister Andrea first, told her, and she was super excited. Then my parents, when we tried to like reveal it to my parents, we did this whole thing of like, we had Isaac in a sweater with this t-shirt that said Big Brother under it, and the idea was like we would come in and then be like, oh dude, let's take off your sweater, and then reveal the Big Brother shirt, and then that would like hopefully cue everyone into realizing like what the news was. It took my parents and my brother and my other sister a really long time. Like so long that I was like, hey guys, do you want to read his shirt? What does his shirt say? So that's really funny, but they were, once they did get it, they were super excited about it. So, I mean, my family loves my first baby, so I'm not surprised that they'd be excited for a second baby. Question number 3 is, do you know the sex of the baby? We do. We did a whole gender reveal that I will link up here for you in case you're interested in seeing how, you know, a quarantine gender reveal went. I actually really loved how we did our gender reveal on, like, we did it on Instagram Live, and I kind of think I would do something similar even without a pandemic, even without like social distancing and stuff like that, because it was a really cool way to let anybody who wanted to celebrate with us celebrate without having to do like a full-on party. But we do know the sex of the baby girl. And yeah, we're really excited to have a daughter. Question number 4 is, do you want more children? And the answer is yes. It's so funny to answer this question and be like, oh, I'm, you know, 4 weeks from giving birth to my second child. Would you like any more children? But the answer is yes. Brandon and I have talked about it, and we would like to have 3 children. That's the plan for now, at least. We'll see how things go with the second. I come from a bigger, Brandon has 1 sister, and I come from a family of 4 kids. So I think 3 is a good middle ground. And yeah, so we'll see. But the plan for now is to have 3 kids total. Question number 5 is, what's been my biggest craving? Ooh. Honestly, I think it's sweets in general, mostly like ice cream. I think I've craved ice cream my entire pregnancy, and also donuts. Like, I could probably go for a donut right now. Yeah, I think those 2 would be the most commonly craved things. I've had a lot of one-off cravings, if that makes sense. So last week I really needed to have like a bag of Cheetos, and I think I only ate like half the bag, but like needed to have Cheetos, like the original crunchy ones, not the puffs. Don't ever give me puffs, but original crunchy Cheetos, needed them. Bagel and cream cheese, like from Starbucks too, like not even a really good bagel, but bagel and cream cheese has been like up on that list of kind of little one-off ones. What else? Oh, like fresh fruit, like fresh strawberries, mango. I've been eating watermelon like no one's business, mostly because my son loves watermelon, but also because it's like been hot and we keep the watermelon, like cut up watermelon, in the fridge, and it's just so refreshing. But we've been buying like the Haagen-Dazs ice cream bars from Costco. every other week. We go like every other week to buy kind of like little things, including my ice cream, and I eat at least one ice cream a day, sometimes more. Yeah, so I've had like a lot of cravings. I'm answering the question. I'm going deeper into this question than I need to, I guess, but yeah, I've also been craving specifically like grapefruit LaCroix, and it needs to be LaCroix. I don't know why, but it does. Anyway, that's what I've been craving for the most part. Number 6 is, what's been the best part of being pregnant? I don't know. The best part of being pregnant, I guess, has been getting excited for having a daughter. Gosh, this is a weird, I feel like this question shouldn't be this hard, but the best part of being pregnant. I think the best part of being pregnant has been, I guess, this like hope, having hope for, and having a reason to celebrate, having a reason to find joy in every day, you know, like every kick, every movement, watching my belly grow, all of that kind of continues to tell me that life is progressing, life is continuing, and that like we're not stuck in some horrible time vortex where everything is awful. I mean, a lot is awful, but I think my pregnancy has been like a little beacon of light in a very dark year, I guess, which incidentally is one of the reasons that we picked the name Luna. Also, I guess daydreaming about what she'll be like and getting to pick out her clothes, and really getting to daydream about what it will be like for Isaac to have a sibling. He's such a social kid and he loves to play, and he's such a sweet boy that I'm just really excited to see him as an older sibling. I'm the oldest and Brandon's also the oldest, so I don't know, there's just like a sweet special connection, I think, to like with Isaac, because he will be the oldest. But yeah, I don't know, did that make any sense? Did I answer the question? I feel like I just waxed poetic a little bit. But question number 7 is, what's been the worst part of being pregnant? Being pregnant in a pandemic has kind of sucked. When we got pregnant, or when I found out I was pregnant in January, I had a lot of plans for this pregnancy. I wanted to do like a big gender reveal party with all of my cousins and family. I wanted to do kind of like a baby, you know, baby sprinkle. Like, I don't expect to be completely showered in gifts, although our families and our friends put together respective baby showers and baby sprinkles, and we were completely showered with gifts, which is amazing. Because I know that's not always the case with your second, but I think the fact that we were having a girl gave people a lot of reason to shop. So that was really nice. But the worst part of pregnancy has just been having to be extra creative in the way that we celebrate, and having to not being able to celebrate kind of weekly with our friends. Like, we just haven't been able to see that many people, and for a very social family, that has been really hard. Yeah, sometimes I wonder if this pregnancy went by so quickly because we were in lockdown, or if it just went by quickly because it was my second pregnancy, period. I guess we'll never know, but yeah, it's been the hardest part has just been not seeing people. Also like physically felt this pregnancy a lot more. Just like a lot more discomfort, a lot harder time sleeping. Question number 8. Do you have any names picked out? We do. Her name is Luna Elizabeth, like I said earlier. And like I kind of started talking about earlier, Luna is just one of those names that like clicked for me. We went through a lot of different names, had kind of a short list of stuff that just didn't feel right. It just didn't click when I spent a lot of time looking at her little profile from the anatomy scan and just being like, does she look like, I would ask Brandon, be like, what do you think? Does she look like a Willow to you? Does she look like, we loved the name Violet and Margot. And even though we knew little girls with the name Violet and Margot, Brandon really loved the name Violet and was like, we should just name her Violet. And I kept looking at her and being like, I don't feel like that's her name. Anyway, so I would like show him the photo and be like, does she look like a Carmen? Does she look like an Eliza? Does she look like all of these things? And as much as I love literally all of those names, I think they're beautiful, it just didn't stick. And the only name that really stuck was Luna. And I really feel like that name captures what she is to us. Okay. Question number 9, who will be with you during labor? Brandon will be with me during labor. Hopefully he doesn't. I had just had my doctor appointment today, and my doctor was like, my nurse practitioner was like, if he's showing symptoms, we're not gonna let him into the hospital, so you should have a backup person. And I was like, oh, I haven't even thought of having a backup person. So that's on my to-do list, but God willing, Brandon will be the person who is with me through labor, through delivery. He was the only person in the room with me with Isaac, which I know was like a bit of a controversial thing to do, but it's honestly, I'm so glad that that was the case last time, because it is like the one thing that feels normal about labor and delivery this time is that it'll be the same. It'll just be Brandon in the room, and not because of COVID restrictions, but because like that's just what I wanted. So I'm very excited about that. Question number 10 is, do you have a birth plan? Yes, I do. One of these questions is about having a medicated birth, so I'll answer that question right now. But basically, my birth plan is to labor at home as much as possible. I'm not expecting my water to break. Knock on wood. My water didn't break until I was like well into labor with Isaac, so I'm kind of expecting something similar this time around, because I don't know, why not? My plan is to labor at home for a little bit, make sure that I shower, make sure that I eat, get some coffee probably if I haven't had coffee yet, and then go to the hospital, kind of taking my time. I feel like I rushed going into the hospital the first time because I obviously didn't know how long it could take. And yeah, basically hoping to labor unmedicated for most of my labor. And then when I'm around 6.5 centimeters, that's when I plan on getting the epidural. It is what worked really well for me the first time, so I want to do that again. And the first time I was really only like anti-epidural because I was scared. Let people kind of scare me away from it, but to be honest with you, it was exactly what I needed when I got it, so I'm looking forward to getting it again. That's the plan, is to labor unmedicated until about 6 or so centimeters, then get the epidural, chill out a little bit, and then welcome Luna into the world. Can't believe that's gonna happen in just a couple of weeks. Question 11 is, will you record your labor? I don't know. I think maybe. I do kind of regret not having any footage of me laboring with Isaac. Granted, like, I had not slept. I don't think I was fully prepared to labor. I obviously didn't know what to expect or what it would be like. And so because it was only Brandon there with me, it wasn't on my radar to record any of it, but I think maybe I'll see. depending on how intense my labor is, and depending on how often there are nurses coming in to check on us and stuff like that, maybe we'll get a couple of clips. Next question, question number 12, is natural or medicated birth? I have qualms with the phrase natural versus medicated. I think it's just unmedicated versus medicated birth. All birth is natural. Let me just say that. Basically, I kind of answered this. I plan on doing a mix. Reason that I am opting to get an epidural, probably like later, but still getting an epidural, is because it's really important to me that I'm calm during the actual pushing portion of labor and delivery. Like, I want the delivery part, like I want something peaceful there. How do I say this? I kind of want to recreate my first birth, which is probably the most naive thing that you can say, because I know every birth is different and there's no guarantee that my labor will go the same way. There's no guarantee that I won't end up with an emergency C-section, and I'm kind of like, I'm okay with the possibility of those things happening, but I'm hoping that they don't. Part of the reason I got the delivery that I wanted with him was because of the epidural. So that is why I'm opting for it again. It does hurt. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't like needles, and that was one of the reasons that I didn't want it. But the peace that I had, and the mental peace and my ability to be relaxed when my son was born was so beautiful, and is really important to me to try and recreate, I guess, for when Luna's born. Yeah. Question 13, are you scared about labor? I kind of am, to be honest with you. I'm scared because I don't know if it's gonna be the same or not, and I almost feel like maybe I've forgotten how to do this. I feel like I'm gonna go into labor and be like, how do I breathe? Where do I, start? She is in the proper position. Isaac was sunny side up, so he was face up instead of face down, which gave me a ton of back labor that I was unaware of. Thankfully, they were able to, my nurse, gosh, my delivery nurse was so amazing. She literally rotated him as he was crowning, and then he kind of slipped out. But Luna is in the proper position, praise God, and that kind of stuff makes me less scared of labor. I'm more scared that I'm not gonna notice myself going into labor, which I know is ridiculous, but you get anxieties when you're pregnant. Question 14 is, what do you most look forward to after pregnancy? So many things. Number one, my jeans. God willing, I can fit into my favorite jeans again. Honestly, even if I don't fit into my favorite jeans, just getting to wear jeans, period. Even if I have to buy new jeans, that's fine. I just want to wear my denim. I miss it so much. I have not felt like myself in my clothes pretty much this entire pregnancy because it's been hot and I don't have denim. And I live in denim shorts, so anyway. Also, not related to myself, I'm really looking forward to nursing. It is something that I have found myself missing more and more as my pregnancy has progressed. So I'm really looking forward to nursing. Hope that doesn't sound weird, but it's just a really wonderful experience. Mine was a very wonderful experience, so I hope that we get to have that again. I hope I get to have that with her. Again, going into it open-handed though, because every baby's different. You never know what's gonna happen, but there we go. Oh, hey, question number 15 is, will you breastfeed? Yes, that's the plan. The plan is to breastfeed. Question number 16 is, do you plan to work or be a stay-at-home mom? I have qualms with this question. I think being a stay-at-home mom is work. If you are a stay-at-home mom, you know that it's work. Plan to get paid for my work is maybe a better question. Honestly, I never know how to answer this question because I feel like I do work. I don't work outside the home, but I do work. I technically am a freelance content curator, and so I do have a job that is part-time. I am taking basically the rest of the year off, and I will kind of take my maternity leave from that job, basically from when she's born until the end of 2020. So I don't know how to answer that question, because I think nowadays it's not as cut and dry as it used to be. You either used to stay home and just be like a homemaker and take care of your children, or you would go back to an office or a job or something and report there. And I don't think that that's the case anymore. I think a lot of us do both, and I plan on continuing to do both. I will continue to make YouTube videos and blog, which is work. If you have ever tried to do it, you know that it's work. It's very tedious work. Hopefully this starts making me some money at some point, but I still consider it work whether or not I'm getting paid for it. So yeah, that's a much bigger topic, I guess, than we have time to get into, but my answer is yes. I plan to work and I plan to stay at home. Question 18, will you make your own baby food? Probably not. Didn't do it with well, here's the thing. We didn't do purees of baby food with Isaac. He was always a very independent kid, and so we did baby-led weaning. Honestly, just following his cues, because I tried to feed him yogurt a couple of times. He was not about it. He did not want me feeding him. He wanted to try and hold the spoon and feed himself. So we just ran with it, and I looked into baby-led weaning, and it's been really good. He's, like I said, a very independent kid, and he wanted to try feeding himself, so we let him, and it's worked out. So we probably won't make our own baby food. We basically just create dishes that include foods that are appropriate for him. So we'll probably just cook a little bit more with some sweet potato and include avocado and, yogurt with fruit and stuff like that. If we do need like a pouch or something like that, I'll probably just buy some pouches. I do want to experiment a little bit with creating like oatmeal and stuff like that, but we'll see. We'll get there. And the last question, question 19, do you have any nursery ideas or themes? The theme is kind of like earthy, nature-y. I don't know. It's just kind of my general aesthetic, but with baby stuff, if that makes sense. Yeah, that's kind of the vibe. I've got like a little botanical print back there. That is the national flower of El Salvador. It's called the flor de isote. In English, it's an Adam's needle yucca plant, but flor de isote is what I refer to it as. And other than that, it's just very like natural and botanical, and we've got kind of this brass wall hanging that we got from one of our friends who's an artist, and it kind of looks like the moon phases, which is a happy accident. We've had this thing I got this for Christmas 1 or 2 years ago. So anyway, yeah, I'm planning on doing a nursery tour, so I guess this is a tiny little teaser of her little corner, but yeah, I will absolutely do a nursery tour if you're interested in that. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. But those are all the questions that I had. I know this is going to be a long video because I'm super long-winded. I have lots to say. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed hanging out, talking baby stuff, Honestly, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing in this like weird but celebratory time in our life. I know that this year has been exceedingly strange. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, thank you for helping me reach that 1,000 subscriber milestone. Like, I can't tell you how much that means to me. I know that there are channels that are much, much bigger, but 1,000 subscribers means a lot. and it's something that I've worked towards for a long time. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for subscribing and for watching these videos and for liking them and for commenting. Like, I'm not always the best at replying to comments right on the spot, but I do see them and I do read them and they mean a lot to me. So thank you, I really appreciate that. I'm just gonna end this video because this outro is taking almost as long as the intro took. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, I hope that you do. I'm putting out a lot of motherhood content right now because that's kind of what my life is like. So it'll be lots of baby stuff, baby updates, baby gear that we like, minimalism. We're working on redoing our bedroom, so some room tours are coming your way eventually, hopefully. I'm really gonna do it this time, guys, I promise. I know that I'm like the worst at following through with room tours, but leaning into the unfinished coziness of our rooms and our home. And I'm gonna show you anyway, so if you're interested in that kind of stuff, I hope that you will follow along. And once I can wear jeans, girl, we're gonna be talking about clothes again. But yeah, anyway, thanks guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and I hope you stay safe and take care. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.